Hi guys, so this is your video regarding what are the different tools that you need for sanding and buffing of your ocean table or river table or any resin piece or a wooden piece. So I'm going to show you one by one of all the tools. So the first one here is the angle grinder. So this particular machine helps you in beveling of the edges, chamfering of excess wood. When you have a lot of wood, excess wood, you can use this for the chamfering thing. And this also comes with a lot of attachment that can cut the wood and shape it in whichever shape that you want to create for your piece. So this particular angle grinder runs on 1100 rpm, so I would suggest that you get a carpenter to help you with this. The second machine that you use is a sanding machine. This is also a buffing machine, comes in different shapes as well. So this particular one is from Electro, and you need to run it like that and hold the thing from the top while you're using this. As you can see, the top is a velcro pad, so all you have to do is stick the attachments or the sandpaper onto the velcro pad. So let me tell you how you use all these things. Just make sure while handle it with care. So these are different sandpapers that you get with the sanding machine. You have to buy them separately. So they comes with different grit starting from 40 to 3000. So it's like 40, 80, 120, 320, 400, 600, 800, and so on. So the finer the sandpaper, the easy and the smooth finish it will give, and the grainier the sandpaper, it will help you chamfer the material properly. So we always start from 40 and then we increase like 40, 60, 120, and so on. So this is the velcro pad on which you need to attach the sandpaper. Before starting the machine, you just have to place this thing. As you can see, these holes are made for the dust collection thing. So place the sandpaper accordingly on top of the holes, aligning to each other. This particular thing that you see on the back is the dust collecting thing. So all you have to do is open it up, and you can see there's a lot of dust inside, and then you can just clean that up and use it. So this one helps you collect all the dust on its own. Now when you're using the sanding machine, make sure the sandpapers are fitted properly, otherwise your sanding will not be proper. Now it also comes with different attachment. This is the buffing pad. It comes in two different types. This is a plain one and this is a textured one. So we start with the textures and then we go with the plain one. This is known as a fur pad. This helps you getting the right finish, like the glossy finish when you want. So you need this for that purpose. So for the polish, I generally recommend Epoch POP polish. So it's really nice. It gives your resin very sheen finish. It's like a, oily paste kind of a thing. So you get it online easily, approximately 400-500 rupees for that small sachet, but it goes on a really long term. So I'm going to show you how do you use all these machines now. So always use the sanding machine or the buffing machine in ascending order. That means 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 320, 400, 600, 800. So till 800 we do the dry sanding on any resin piece. Now dry sanding means you will be only running the sandpaper directly on the piece. You do not add water on the piece, and from 800 onwards you do the wet sanding. So I'm going to give you demonstration on both. So this is how you do the dry sanding. So this is a 40 number paper and you go on and on. So all you have to do is stick the piece to the machine. As you can see, there are other different type of numbers. All the numbers will be mentioned on the back side of the piece. As you can see, it's written 320, So this gray one that you see here, it's the 3000 sanding paper. You get 4000 as well. These sandpaper comes in a set of 14 to 15 pieces, and cost wise it will be approximately 2000 to 3000. Now let's start with the sanding thing. So all you have to do is fix up the sandpaper in alignment to the holes on your sanding machine. Make sure it's stuck properly, and then you switch it on and then you plug it in. After this you can see the speed. So we start with the 1 2 3 4 5 6. All you have to do is, with every sandpaper you need to at least sand for 15 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes on a bigger piece. On a smaller one you can do for 5 to 10. You just have to see if there are any grains visible. If not, then you can move to the next sandpaper. So as you can see, all you have to do is the running of sanding machine onto the piece in a parallel way. Make sure you're holding your piece from the side, otherwise it will wobble. So you just do the thing from all the sides, from the top, from the bottom. So this is a rough piece I'm demonstrating you on. Same thing goes on the side as well, and same thing goes on the bottom as well. So all you have to do is hold it from the side. You can use a clamp machine as well. You get these tiny clamps to hold your piece on place, and then you can do the grinding of the piece. So you just have to run it all the way in little. First you go like straight, then you go cross, then you go circular. So all the three motions you have to do. After you're done with first paper, you will be shifting to the next paper, and so it will always be in ascending order. So one by one you will just do the sanding. So one piece will take really long to get the perfect shine of the resin. So you just do the sanding till 800 number. Okay, and after that I'll show you how you do the wet sanding thing. So for the wet sanding you can get a spray, nice spray bottle, or Colin ka bottle में भर सकते हो, or any other random stuff. See, ऐसे ही आप अपनी कॉस्ट बचा सकते हो इफ़ यू वांट टू डू ऑल दीज थिंग्स. सो फालतू के एक्सपेंसिव चीज़ें परचेज करने के बजाय अगर हम नॉर्मल चीज़ों से वो काम निकाल सकते हैं तो वाई नॉट. सो इंस्टेड ऑफ बाइंग अ स्प्रे, you can directly use a Colin-ka bottle. So now I've just applied a little bit of water on the surface, just like that, and then I'm gonna start with 1000. So after 800 you get 1000 number of the sandpaper. So from 1000 to 3000, so you get like 1000, 1200, 1500, 2000 and 3000, and then 4000. So starting off with 1000, again you just have to repeat the same step 10 to 15 minutes per piece, per sandpaper till 3000. And after the 3000 you will see a very smooth velvety kind of finish on your resin piece. So that is when your sanding is done. After the sanding process comes the buffing machine. So this is a 3000 sandpaper. It comes in a gray kind of a shade. It's very smooth, hardly looks like a sandpaper. And then you just fix it up on the machine, and you just have to apply the water again. Just one tip before you change, like when you change your sandpaper, clean the surface, then use it. Okay, so in that way dirt won't be collected on the paper. You can use a towel also to clean it. So as you can see, it's like a very smooth and velvety kind of a finish, but it's blurry. So for the frosty effect, you just do this much. You don't have to do the next step, that is the polishing step. Frosty as in the blurry kind of a thing. Okay. After this comes the buffing. So these are the buffing pads as I've shown you. The one is the textured one, the other one is the plain one, and the third one is the fur pad. So for this you need the polish. So again you just have to fix it on backside of the sandpaper, on the sanding machine, and then you need the POP polish or any other resin polish that you wish to, and you just have to apply it on the surface like this. Make sure you take good quantity, do not do conjuicy in this, okay? And then you just run the sanding machine on lower numbers, okay? For buffing you take lower numbers, for sanding you take higher speed. So you just have to do circular motion, up and down, up and down. Do not buff it at one place for more than 15 seconds, otherwise that one particular place will become too hot and doesn't make any sense. So just keep on moving your sanding and buffing machine up and down, up and down, and then you go here and there. As you can see, little bit of shine is there on the piece now. So you have to repeat this step for at least 25 to 30 minutes. Then you take the normal one, the flat one, again you apply some polish on the piece, then again you take the buffing pad and rub it all the way. So these polishes are the rubbing agent. You can get any other polish as well. So you just keep repeating this thing again and again, again and again, again and again, again and again, until you have a decent shine on the piece, okay? So I'm showing you one different piece where it shows. So on this side I have not done the enough polishing, but on this side I've done quite enough of the polishing. So as you can see, the shine has started to come. Now what you have to do is, okay, I'm demonstrating here again, so I'm recording the audio later, okay? So you just do the sanding, buffing so many times. It takes so much of time. So after this process, you take the fur pad. Once you are satisfied with the shine, you take the fur pad, and all you have to do is clean the polish from the surface. So you just clean the polish from the surface, okay? You have to take out every single drop of the polish from the surface and see if it is shining. If your polish is there on the surface, it will shine, but you have to make sure there is no polish when you clean it with a towel or something. So you usually use a fur pad to do this process. So you just run the fur pad here and there, again and again, up and down, and then finally after almost 1 hour you will get that particular shine on the resin. So this particular method is really tiring, I'm telling you. Instead of that, you can do the top coat method, but something like these pieces now, where you have all these sides and tiny small places, you can't do this top coat thing. So you have to do these tiny little chote steps again and again to get the shine on your piece. So as you can see, the shine is there from the side as well, and the back I still have to do. So I'm just applying the fur pad again on the piece to get the correct desired shine. So this is how you do the buffing thing on your resin. Definitely get a carpenter or a polish person to do this thing. If you're making bigger pieces, it will be too tough to handle, okay? Alright, so now how do you use a grinder? So grinder is basically used where you want to do the bevel edges, or you want to remove the excess wood. So the grinder can have two different attachments. One is the chestnut. So this particular thing which I'm rotating right now, the metal thing, that is known as the chestnut, okay? And then this is the disc that you get. So you need to fix up the disc first, okay? And then you take the fiber disc. So these type of sandpapers are known as fiber grit, and it comes again in different number, but you hardly get 350, 320 max, okay? So you take this tool, this usually comes with the grinding machine, and all you have to do is tighten it up. Make sure it is so tight that it doesn't come out. अगर गलती से भी ढीला रह गया तो बुरी तरह लगेगी. So make sure it is properly tight. As you can see मेरे हाथ पे कितना प्रेशर पड़ रहा है. So I'm just tightening it up पूरी तरह से so that it doesn't come out. नहीं तो चिप होके बहुत बुरी तरह से उड़ जाता है and it hits. So this is fixed properly. So this particular angle grinder that we are using runs on 1100 RPM, and that is the switch that you need to turn on, and as you can see the machine is on, and all you have to do is run it on this side. You get a handle attachment as well with this. I personally don't feel comfortable with the handle thing, so I just hold it with one of my hands. You definitely need a person around you while handling this, okay? So as you can see, I've just chamfered the sides of the board here. Can you see that? Yeah, so this gives you a beveled shape. If you want to do a beveling on the piece, you can do a beveling with this, or if you want a proper beveled cut, you can use a jigsaw machine as well. So this particular thing also helps you get rid of so much of extra wood fast and easy. So what you do, take it on, run it like that, slightly angular, so all the excess of the wood will just wipe out, will just chamfer from the piece, and you will get a clean, nice wood. As you can see here, you can use this particular thing on the resin also, but be very careful. अगर थोड़ा भी टेढ़ा मेढ़ा गया, you will have a big dent, big cut on your resin piece, and that will be too tough to sort or too tough to rectify. Now I'm just showing you the other attachment you get. So this one, usually these carpenters use this type of attachments. ये थोड़ा heavy weight हो जाता है. I generally use this cute little one. So all you have to do is press the lock from the bottom and screw it to the base like that. And this comes again with the Velcro pad. So you just have to stick the sandpaper on top. Okay. So again 60, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120 and so on. If you are doing the sanding thing on the wood, you just have to sand it till 120 or 320 max. So make sure again the sandpaper is fitted properly, and then all you have to do is switch it on and run it slightly angular, and this one you can run parallel to the board as well, and you will get a clean nice wood. You can use this as well for your resin pieces. You can use this for the beveling thing as well, same as the other one. As you can see, the entire wood is clean now. So just few suggestions. Handling these machines are not very easy as it looks in the video, so make sure you have a help. You can use the fur pad also for cleaning on any resin piece using an angle grinder, but do not buff the piece with the angle grinder. So that's it.